Acer mencipta Aspire P3 Ultrabook yang berkuasa dan ringan dengan menggunakan Intel Inside supaya kita dapat menerokai hidup selain daripada kehidupan harian.
This is my destiny.
The new Acer Aspire P3 Ultrabook inspired by Intel.
Yang hadir pada malam ini, aktivis-aktivis, the usual suspects, boleh nampak ada. Dan juga malam ini kita ada keluarga Dinesh yang hadir juga. Dinesh ditembak mati dengan kejam oleh pihak polis beberapa bulan yang lalu, dan keluarganya masih sedang berjuang untuk keadilan bagi Dinesh. Sampai hari ini, walaupun keterangan begitu jelas, termasuk keterangan fizikal, arah peluru dan sebagainya, menunjukkan pembunuhan oleh pihak polis, tetapi sehingga hari ini tidak ada apa-apa tindakan yang diambil oleh pihak polis ataupun peguam negara. Dan kes Dinesh ini menjadi satu contoh bagi semua kes-kes yang lain yang dalam pengalaman saya pernah melihat dalam masa 10-12 tahun yang lalu ni, membuat kes-kes tembak mati, kes mati dalam tahanan dan sebagainya. I'm supposed to talk about the coroner's court. The first thing that I want to say about the coroner's court, this is most important, is that we don't have it. And the second point is, we need it. What do we have here? What system do we have here? We have got the magistrates. The magistrates double up as coroners in our country. Can you imagine that? The coroner's court in England has existed since medieval times, and still the BN government hasn't picked up yet. It's a long time, you know, 600, 700, 800 years they've had it. What happens in the magistrate court is this. Now, I remember I was doing an inquest back in 2004, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006. It's the same case I'm talking about, yeah? Ampang Court, G. Veerasamy died in police custody. You know, it was almost 1 year before the case ever came to the magistrate court. The inquest proceedings took 1 year after his death to start. I think it was more than 1 year. By then, most of the evidence had disappeared. Veerasamy was long gone. You know, inquests are supposed to be done as quickly as possible, while the witness's memory is fresh, while the evidence is available. But our guys take 1 year. You want to blame the magistrate? You can't. You know why? This is a civil magistrate. He has 200, 300 cases on his docket. So, what does he do? In the morning, first he finishes all his cases. All the case civil, A, summon B, breach of contract, blah 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 blah. Then 11:30, apa tu? Oh, case inquest. He calls up case inquest. Then he says, Counsel, afternoon I got sambung bicara lah. So kita dengar sampai pukul 1 boleh? Then we take a date lah. So because of that, 3 years later, I was still doing the same inquest. Veerasamy still. Pergi balik, pergi balik, pergi balik. Now that's one of the reasons why you need a coroner's court. Because coroner's court is a dedicated court. And not only that, the coroner has wide powers. They are trained to look into the causes of death. They are able to carry out their own investigations. Unlike the magistrate sitting in a court, she can only decide on the evidence that is brought by the police prosecutor, or they will assign a DPP if it's an inquest. DPP brings the evidence. Who supplies the evidence? The police. Who's the culprit that we are suspecting? The police. So what evidence do you think they're going to bring? Oh, they bring a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Thick reams of document, but they will never bring the smoking gun. That they will secrete away somewhere. So at the end of the day, after 3-4 years of hearings, nothing comes out of it. Coroner finally delivers decision. Either cause of death unknown, or death by misadventure, or death by accident, or something like that. Although we can all see that something really bad happened here, the guy had marks all over the bodies, etc. So that's why I say, the problem, as I said to you, the police bring all the evidence, and we can see what happens. We asked tanya ketua CID, Datuk A, orang mati dalam lokap, kita tanya Datuk A, Datuk, apakah sebab suspek mati dalam lokap ni? Oh ini, suspek tergelincir atas kulit pisang dalam lokap pada jam 08.30, jatuh, terhantuk kepala dan mati. Kita memberi bantuan dengan segera, tapi terlambat, dan tidak, no foul play. Itu penting, no foul play. This is within 2 hours of the death. Why? Because the internet media busybody found out already. Rashikini is there. Rashikini, the biggest busybody, already asked the CID chief, and why death in custody? Oh, no foul play. Isn't it, Junlin? Then kita tanya Datuk A, ketua CID Kuala Lumpur tu, Datuk, tapi kita dengar badan suspek ada 52 kesan luka. Datuk A kata, ya, tergelincir 52 kali. This is the kind of answers that you get. Dan go back to reality. Kes 52 kali luka tu, kes Dharmendran. Datuk A tu, siapa dia? Kuchinwan. Name them and shame them. Yeah. What did he say? Death? Oh, died because of breathing difficulties. This morning, well, of course you'll have breathing difficulties if you inflicted 52 injuries on him, and on top of it, you staplered his earlobes to his cartilage of the ear. You will have breathing difficulties, anyone will. And this morning, the Dharmendran's family went to Bukit Aman, accompanied by the lawyer there, Sivamalar is there, and lodged a complaint against Datuk Kuchinwa. Disciplinary complaint for telling this kind of tall tales. That's the problem. And it's not in almost every case. Immediately the death occurs, the excuse comes out, no foul play. Hugan, sama juga. Who was the culprit in that case? He got promoted many times after that because of his good work. N Surendran, Pakar, who's Ketua Polis Selangor. Mengapa Kugan mati, Datuk? Oh, Kugan minta segelas air, lepas tu dia minum air tu, lepas tu dia jatuh, lepas tu dia mati. I'm not kidding you. This is what N Surendran Pakar said when Kugan died. Then Aminul Rashid Hamzah kena tembak, mati. Kita tanya juga, siapa? N Surendran Pakar lagi. Mengapa, Datuk, budak 14 tahun ditembak? Kerana Aminul Rashid Hamzah adalah seorang penjenayah yang ganas dan menggunakan kereta dia dan cuba rem anggota polis, dan dia ada satu parang dalam kereta. Sampai hari ini parang tu tak pernah produce. Kes masuk mahkamah, no parang. And the story about him ramming the car turns out to be false. And they didn't even dare to repeat that in the court when the policeman was charged. So this is the problem. From the word go, cover up. And what else? Bukan sahaja the police. The cover up is, it's a complete system failure. Complete system failure because the police cover up. The hospital, tolong, bantu cover up. Pathologist, tak boleh pakai langsung. Magistrate, lagi teruk. Semua, all of them get together and people start dropping like flies everywhere, no action taken. You take the pathologists, in 10, 12 years of doing death in custody case, I only came across 2 pathologists who did their work professionally. One was Dr. Prashant Sambarkar. in UMMC. He did the second post-mortem for Kugan. The other was in the latest case, Dharmendran's case, Dr. Siu from HKL, who acted very professionally. So professionally, I couldn't even believe it. I thought I was dreaming to meet a pathologist like that. Because what has been our usual experience? Case Sukumar, pathologists didn't even want to come out from the room where he was hiding inside. Family came there, they said, look, we want to see the body. So we went and said, can the pathologist come out? Can the staff come out? Can you open the door, let the body, let the family see? Tak boleh. Kenapa tak boleh? Tunggu polis. Polis datang pukul berapa? Tak tahu. 3 hours we waiting there, no police. Pathologists refused to come out. We bang the door until your knuckles are red, nobody comes out. That's the kind of treatment we got in Sukumar's case. And it's always like that. Francis Udayapan's case, back in 2004, I remember. Professor Nadesan, he stands 10 feet away, won't come near, as if we've got some communicable disease. What is it? What is it? No, don't ask me questions. I know my work. I'm doing my work. I'll give you a report when you're done. What is it? Why you won't come and make a lot of noise here? Professor Nadesan. You all know Francis Udayapan case is one of the first cases that attracted national attention when it comes to death in custody. 1 year his body was in the morgue. Total system failure. Sukumar, after 4 months, buried, no justice. Sukumar saga, if I tell you, it will take 1 hour to tell you how Najib got involved, made a secret call to Yingluck Shinawat, stopped Dr. Pontik from coming. Then Health Ministry said, okay, you can do post-mortem. Then Health Ministry said, okay, you cannot do post-mortem. Then Health Ministry said, okay, now you can do post-mortem. Then the hospital said, okay, now you cannot do post-mortem. So ding dong, 4 months, we have to bury the body without the post-mortem. Why? Because the family tak boleh tahan lagi. So this is the other tactic, wear down the family. So as I was saying, tadi police, pathologists, hospital, also no cooperation. Hospital director, HKL and all that, no cooperation at all. Now the worst of all is the magistrate. Magistrate, the judicial system. You take Dharmendran's case, the recent case. Case apa? Gaduh sikit. Small quarrel. Dharmendran went himself to lodge the police report. Remand berapa hari? 10 hari. Ingat ni case apa? Teroris Al-Qaeda. Ataupun case bunuh. 10 hari remand, case gaduh kecil. Ada macam tu. And who are the magistrates who gave these unnecessary remand orders that caused the death of Dharmendran, that caused the death of Kugan pun dapat remand juga. Remand sampai mati. Ada dalam kanun keseksaan kita sahaja. Very well named, penal code, kanun keseksaan. Remand sampai mati. That's what happened to these people. Because the magistrate listens to about 30-40 cases remand every morning. Panggil case baru, her head never goes up. Sudah. Case apa? Rompak. Baca. Then the policeman says, suspect dipercayai dilihat membuat kerja-kerja yang nampak mengesyaki, yang nampak syak, oleh itu kita tangkap dan kita akan siasat. Ada apa pun nak komplain? 4 hari. Imagine if the suspect says, saya kena pukul, everybody will be shocked. All be looking up, berani nak cakap? You know, like Oliver Twist when he said he wanted more? Remember? It's like that. Which suspect, surrounded by the police, with a magistrate who looks so official and stern, scribbling like that, is going to open his mouth and says, saya kena pukul sampai separuh mati. Tuan, which magistrate is going to say, which suspect is going to say that? No suspect will dare to say that. That is the practical reality, which the police understand. They know. The government knows. They're not that stupid. They know. But they don't care to do anything about it. You take the situation of the CCTV. After Dharmendran's case, they're scrambling. People angry. How to make people forget again? How do we make people forget? so that they will keep quiet and then we can go on continue killing people in the lockup. That is the first thing in your mind, I tell you. So immediately after Dharmendran's case, all they talk about is, okay, sekarang kita nak what do you call, put CCTV. Put CCTV, lockup, CCTV, all they talk about is CCTV. Lepas Kugan mati, 2009, they said the same thing. Okay, now from now onwards, we'll do CCTV. But like Adam said, CCTV doesn't work. But the point is this, you put a CCTV in the lockup, everybody in the police department knows that they don't beat the suspect in the lockup with the CCTV. Alah, takkan kita bodoh sangat. Of course they don't. When the CCTV is there, they are very well behaved, the police who do this kind of thing. In fact, they behave like what, you know? Like that, like the police in the TV series, Yusuf Aslam, what's his name? Gerahas. You know how the police officers in Gerahas speak? When the CCTV is there, our jokers also speak like that in front of the CCTV. Keluar dari CCTV, So, you take Kugan's case, they took Kugan all over town to whack him everywhere. And most of the time when they whack, they don't whack in the lockup. People who've been in the lockup, no. They take them out of the lockup, take them to the investigation rooms where there's no CCTV, and then blast up, cukup kat sana. Everybody knows this. Khalid Bakar, don't tell me he doesn't. He knows, IGP. Then why is he ngek pasal CCTV? Nak tipu siapa? And this is the thing. They're bluffing the people. You know, they're fooling the people. And they're coming up with ridiculous ideas that are not going to solve the problem. Now the other thing that they're talking about is EAIC versus IPCMC. Look, to solve this problem, you need the coroner's court system and you need the IPCMC. Both serve complementary functions in order to stop the carnage and the slaughter.
Suren, sorry, it's very compelling. Can you wrap up, please?
Okay. EAIC, and look, even if we have the IPCMC, it is as good as the people who are put in there to carry out their duty. It is as good as the people whom you appoint into the IPCMC. Let's remember that. We mustn't lose sight of that. Because if you look at the EAIC, the reason, apart from all the other reasons, they don't have prosecution powers, they don't have any powers, is that look at the people who are there. From the moment they were formed until now, with people dropping like flies everywhere, did they ever speak out a single time? Did they come up with a single idea or proposal, the EAIC? Nothing. After Dharmendran's case, when there was public pressure, suddenly they spoke up. And you know, when they spoke up, people were going like this. Huh? Who? Apa? Apa dia tu? Nobody has heard of them. Which is the biggest indictment of the AIC, the fact that nobody even knows these jokers exist. And today they're coming now, kita nak buat ni panel, kita nak siasat. Oh, yang 2 tahun ni hampa buat apa? Makan gaji buta. So this is the thing. So, let me wrap up by saying that they better come up with the IPCMC, because this time the people are not fooled. Nobody believes them anymore. Form another panel, EAIC and stuff like this. If they're not going to do it, I can tell you this. The murder, the death, the loss of life must stop. If necessary, we must take to the streets and rally for the EAIC, for the IPCMC. And I think you'll all agree, we ask Hisham Rais to organize the rally. Okay, Mark is giving me, looking daggers at me. Thank you very much.
Asa mencipta Aspire P3 Ultrabook yang berkuasa dan ringan dengan menggunakan Intel Inside supaya kita dapat menerokai hidup selain daripada kehidupan harian.
It's my destiny!
The new Acer Aspire P3 Ultrabook, inspired by Intel.